Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. It's the middle of June and I'm checking out their plant inventory. Let's get started. Alright guys, so first up we have the Penicillium. This is a fountain grass. This is really great in containers and also in the landscape. This requires full sun. This guy grows 24 to 36 inches tall and it is hardy to 10 degrees. Right next to that, we have some lily turf, also known as lyrope, and I bought a lot of these from Walmart over the years because at one point I had a lot of lily turf / lyrope in the yard, and I still have them, and they bloom this really nice grape-like purple flowers, and they look absolutely amazing. These guys here are perennial. They are 688. And they are hardy to -10. They bloom in the summer and they grow. They're really great in sun or shade. It doesn't really matter. And they are in sun and shade in my yard, and they do absolutely amazing. Next up, they have a lot of daylilies. These ones here are the Stella d'Oro daylily for $6.88. We all know about the Stella d'Oro. These guys here are very reliable. They are reblooming and they do well in the sun to part sun. These guys here are hardy to -40. They have a lot of Stella d'Oros here at my Walmart. Next up, they have a few hostas. This year, I'm not seeing a lot of hostas. They usually have a lot, but it's not like I need any hostas because I have so many, but I'm just realizing that they don't have a lot of hostas this year. But they do have a few, and they just call them blue hosta. They're not really named or anything. It's either blue hosta or green hostas, and these depending on what they're in. So for example, this guy here is going to be in a 2 quart, and that's going to be $6.88 versus something in a 1 quart for $4.97. Right next to the hostas, we have another type of grass. What is this? This is just a spike. Let me see. Something is good for your the center of your baskets, or even the back, or something to give a little bit of a range in the containers. This is great for that. This guy here is going to be $2.84. Right here we have some Kalanchoe. These are really pretty. These are a yellow and red in a little blue container. This is going to be $12.88. This is an annual. What I like about these is that they have these nice fleshy foliage, and I don't know if they're actually related to sedums or whatever, but they do have sedum-like foliage. These guys here, let me see if they're going to require full sun or part sun. It says full sun, and you're supposed to water daily, and it is hardy to 40 degrees. So it definitely won't come back unless you bring it inside the house and actually have somewhere that actually can give it a lot of light. They've got quite a bit of blanket flower. This guy here is also known as Gaillardia. This guy here is really great for the pollinators. It requires full sun, grows 8 to 12 inches tall, and this one's called Spin Top Yellow. I have a Spin Top Red in my yard. This guy is one of the hardest working perennials. This one, it doesn't grow that tall. It does reseed a little bit, but it can take the heat, and the pollinators love it because it has a really nice flat landing pad for the butterflies and the bees to land, so they don't have to fight to get to the pollen. And it looks like all of them are going to be Spin Top Yellow. Even though they don't look very yellow, they do look, they have some yellow in it. But I do, like I said, I have the Spin Top Red, but this is a beautiful plant. If you're looking for a long-lived perennial that can take the southern or the Georgia heat. Next up, they have some sedums. This particular one here is the Sun Sparkler Cherry Tart. This is also $8.97, requires full sun, grows 4 inches tall, and should be planted 18 inches apart, and should be watered weekly. I imagine that these get even more red as it really heats up. And as the picture shows, you see how red it is in the picture? It's not very red. And I think these are pretty new to the store. They came out the greenhouse. So once they get into your landscape, when they start getting some serious sun, they should actually turn a little bit more red. Right next to that, we have some asparagus fern. This guy here is an annual for $2.84 in a 1 pint. I don't have any asparagus fern in my yard. I never really use it in my containers. Don't really have them anywhere in my yard, but I know a lot of folks do love ferns, and they have foxtail ferns, they have asparagus ferns, they have autumn ferns, they have all types of ferns that will go well in your landscape, guys. They've got quite a few of annuals as well. Here they have some mandavillas. These are the mandavilla pinks in a pink container. These are going to be $14.97. Right next to that, they have some vincas. These are these really small vincas. These are going to be $9.97 in these containers. Right next to the vincas, they have ipomoya. I don't know what this is. Is this just a fancy word for a potato vine? I'll have to check when I get home, but it does look like a potato vine, but they're using the fancy word. I'll double check and put it on the screen. This guy here is $7.88 and it's lime green. It looks really, really nice and looks like it'll do well in a container, the ones that actually spill over. Here they've got some Gerber daisies that are not blooming at all. It's pure foliage. So I don't know if they had just cut this back and waiting for it to give some more spikes. But this is, I'm pretty sure it's a Gerber daisy. Yeah, $7.88 for this annual here. Looks like it's going to be yellow. This guy here, I love it in my garden. This is a shade plant. This is Persian Shield. Persian Shield is $7.88 here in Walmart. Now, it can go in part sun, but I wouldn't do that for me in Georgia because, you know, it's already June, the middle of June. Things are really heating up. Plants are even beginning to wilt in the middle of the day, and we're not even in July and August, the mega months for heat. This guy here grows 24 to 48 inches tall and should be planted 18 to 36 inches apart. This guy here I love, but they just never seem to have the ones that I want. These are lantanas. Lantanas are an annual. They're a tropical plant, and they like a lot of sun. You see them later on in the season. They're really great for the pollinators as well, but they always have the annual ones. It just says annual lantana for $4.97. That one looks like it's going to be yellow. Then they have the begonia. Really, really like this pink begonia here, guys. I wonder if it's named. It just says pink double. It's beautiful. They don't have too many of them left. Looks like at one point they had a lot. These two guys here, but people came and picked them up. Next up, we have Lysimachia, also known as Creepin' Jenny. You could never go wrong with this, guys. This one here is really nice for a container. Gives you nice color. Really great as a spiller. Really great as a ground cover. This guy here, I could never buy this again because if you see my side yard, there's so much of Creepin' Jenny. This is going to be $2.97 in a 1 quart. They also have these little guys here. These are the Calibrachoas. Calibrachoas, again, are great in containers. They're great in hanging baskets. They're selling these guys here for $9.88. And if I can see what, it says a 3 quart. Yeah, 3 quart. Hardy to 20. So, of course, once it gets really cold, you'd have to bring this inside or it won't make it. You guys know I love lobelia. This one is the annual lobelia. I have a lot of them in my summer baskets. I mean, not summer baskets, summer containers right now. This is going to be $4.97. And guess what? I actually got mine on clearance, which is very, very rare because my Walmart does not do clearance. And one day I came here and surprisingly, they had a lot of stuff on clearance. Annuals, though. Then they have some more of the ipomoya lime green. I think this is potato vine. Not 100% sure, but I think it is. And they have one of my favorite annuals. I love pentas, guys. Pentas are absolutely amazing. Not only do they have the reds, yellows, not yellows. They have reds, pinks, and this really deep mauve color. But the hummingbirds love these guys because they're shaped like that. They've got a lot of portulacas, guys. These are going to be $4.97. This is just yellow ones. These are the ones that are really great also for containers. Requires full sun. And these guys, they actually close at night and open in the morning. It's really, really nice. also have a lot of coleus. This particular one here is just says red green edge coleus, and you guys know I already made my coleus beds containers, and I have 4 of them. They look really great, and they're actually beginning to show some growth. I'm definitely going to give you an update on those. But this guy here is $7.88. The good thing about coleus, guys, is remember that it is easily propagated. You cut something off or it breaks off, you stick it in some water, and it starts rooting in 3 to 5 days, guys. Next up, we have some more beautiful vincas. These guys here are the light pink, dark pink eye. These are $7.88. Full sun plant. Really nice one, vincas. And they have some more of a different type of vinca, but these are more of the white. Remember, I showed you this guy here, the more pinky ones. This is the whiter version to the pink. Then they have some more of the Mandevilla red. And again, they have it in that black pot, but then they stick it in a red pot, in a more red pot, and then they charge $14.97 for these. These are an annual. They can go in the ground, they can go in a container, they can even go in a hanging basket, but they won't survive because they are an annual plant if you don't at least try to bring them inside. Especially if you have a lot of light in your house, it will be great to have Mandevilla. This is actually one of the coleus that I have in my containers. Remember I showed you? And I bought it for $14.88, and I was able to get at least 6 coleus out of this. So I think it's worth it. I'm definitely planning to propagate this so I can bring some in the house, have some on the patios later on in the season. But I really, really love this guy here. It's really a nice, very deep, almost black burgundy. And then they have a ruffled edge and a really, really nice green as well. So they have some more pentas here in a bigger container. Let's see, this is a really nice red. And this particular penta here, oh, this must be a different variety, guys. As this one, they're saying that this one grows 24 to 36 inches tall. This guy here is really, really nice. It's $14.44 though. Over on the next one, they have some petunias. They have this really nice pink and white and purple. These petunias here, you know petunias are annuals. These are going to be $5.97, and they require full sun. They have a lot of those. Of course, you know celosia. I love celosias when they first come out and they're really nice, but once they start waning, they get kind of messy for me. But I can't deny the fact that they have these really nice, beautiful red, and this really nice yellow, this really nice pink, really, really nice. More vincas here. They've got red vincas, white vincas. They even have some more begonias here, and it's like a mix. Like they have that little black pot, and they have the ones that have a white and a red and a pink flower. Looks like these are going to be impatiens for $5.97. Impatiens are a shade plant. And then they have some more vincas here in a 1 pint for $1.76, guys. Even more of the calibrachoa, but this time they have it more in an orangey reddy hue. And these are also going to be $9.88. Lots of those. And then they have even more of the begonias that are white. Again, white with yellow flowers in the middle. They've got a few caladiums. This particular one here is by Proven Winners, and it is called Heart to Heart White Wonder. Really, really nice. I don't have this in my yard. I don't really... I used to buy them, and they're right on the cusp where 95% of chance they're really not going to come back. They look nice in the shade, but for whatever reason, they just don't come back for us here in North Georgia. Well, for me personally, they don't come back. Then they have Lysianthus. I love this guy here. I just wish that this plant was an annual. It is one of the most beautiful plants that I know of. It's really, really nice. They have purples and pinks and whites. This guy here is $9.97. A full sun plant, requires watering. It is hardy to 10 degrees, guys. Really, really pretty Lysianthus. Here's the flower that a lot of them are all budded up, but there's one, this flower is trying to come out. I wish it was open so you could see a little bit better, but it's a really, really pretty color and flower. This guy here is Terenia. Really, really nice for the bees, the butterflies, and the hummingbirds. Takes part sun to shade. Really great in containers. Really great in hang in baskets, and they seem to be fine. They don't really like to be in blazing sun because they get stressed out a little bit. And then they have some more of the purple petunias, guys. They've got some containers made easy, and again with more of the calabricoas, different colors. These more have like a stripe. And what are these going to cost? $10. More containers made easy with different setups. You got purple, we got yellow. They got it even with begonias. So they have begonias, and they have begonias, creeping jenny, and coleus in these. And then in this one here, you got different types of coleus again, and then this spike plant here, another one here with some mandevilla and some coleus and a spike plant. Different setups. If you don't feel like digging into dirt, they made the containers for you. All you have to do is get your nice container and just drop this in, which is why they're calling it containers made easy. They've got some marigolds. These are the yellow marigolds. I really like marigolds because for whatever reason, I really like their smell. They're supposedly supposed to be great for mosquitoes, but it's not working in my backyard. But I do love them. I used to put them in the ground, but now I just put them in containers because I'm trying not to put any annuals at all in the ground unless I absolutely have to. So most of them, 95% of my annuals are actually in containers, guys. They also have this guy here is rosemary, and could you believe I don't have any rosemaries in my yard? For somebody who uses rosemary a lot, I don't know why I never get around to buying it, but it's $12.47 here at Walmart. Requires full sun, and it blooms early to midsummer. It grows somewhere between 6 to 36 inches tall. Really great for cooking as well. So I'm in the shrub area, and it's not looking the greatest. They do have some hibiscus. They have the Island Blooms brand, and these are going to be a whole $16.97 for a hibiscus that will not live unless you bring it inside when it gets really, really cold. It's beautiful though. Really, really nice. And then they have a couple of roses, some knockout roses. They got a pink one and a red one. Nothing special to report here. These are going to be $14.97. They've got some azaleas, different types. The Autumn Sangria, these are the ones by the Encore brand. These actually bloom 3 times a year, spring, summer, and fall. And I really don't see sangria anywhere else but here. Lowe's has a lot of them. Home Depot has a lot of them too, but I never see their sangria. They have Autumn Royalty, Autumn Embers, Autumn Lily, Autumn Ivory, all types of autumns. But this particular one here is Autumn Sangria. Then they have Autumn Royalty here as well. They just looks like they need a little bit of a water, guys, because they are beginning to kind of droop. And then they have some of these guys here, the arborvitas. It just says arborvita. These are going to be $19.97. It says I love sun or shade. An arborvitae in shade. I don't know about that. Let me know, guys, how your arborvitae does if it's in the shade. Finally, guys, they have a lot of ferns. For whatever reason, these guys here in the back here, and looks like it's going to be $16.87. I'm not sure what type of fern is it. Is it a Kimberly fern or what? Let me see. So here's one set of ferns, but here's another one. Let me see what this one says. This one says Kimberly Queen Fern, and these are going to be $16.88, guys. They have a lot of these. I don't really buy ferns that can't stay outside and are not perennial, or at least evergreen. And these ones here, let me see, these are also Kimberly. They look a little bit different. And no, it says Fern Macho. That's what those are. Fern Macho. All right, guys, so that is it for mid-June here at my Walmart. And there's not actually a lot to report, but there definitely was something new. Hopefully they'll get some new stuff as the weeks go by. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.